on the AT heading to the Michener cabin. It's about a little over 3/4 of a mile to the junction, and then a 1/4 mile side trail to the cabin. So we're at the junction of the AT and the trail to the Michener cabin. AT bangs a left and continues that way. Be there tomorrow. And 1/4 mile to the cabin on the Blue Blaze Trail. It's pretty. There's actually more snow in Pennsylvania right now than there is in Connecticut, but Connecticut is in the process of being hit by a pretty good sized storm, so they say. So we're going to miss most of that because it's hitting the coastline and we're a little further inland. We're spending 2 nights here. Gonna bang out some 18 miles and enjoy hanging out in the cabin. Here we are. This is cool. Just come out in the middle of the woods and find this cabin. And for the next 2 nights, it's ours.
Adapting and overcoming and improvising.
Here's a view of the Michener cabin during the day. It's a cold one. I think it's in the teens. It's a mile to our car, and we need to go to the store because I forgot dinner. So this is the trail to the spring. Now this points this way to go to the spring, but we stayed straight, kept going on the Blue Blaze Trail, and I think we found the better fill-up spot than taking that right up the hill like the sign tells you to do. So you go across this little bridge. It's pretty. Snow covered. And just beyond there, this is the place to fill up on water. Got these spouts running. Fill up really quick. I don't know why it directs you up the hill, but here's my recommendation. Back to the cabin. There's an outbuilding on the left here. And the puppy running. And the privy is after the cabin. Over to the left. And then there's another trail over here. A couple of trails. And there's a place where you can have outdoor cookout. There's a picnic table. Yeah, it was nice. Here's the privy. It's, I don't know, 100 yards from the cabin maybe. It's your standard privy. The key that you get to unlock the cabin door also unlocks the privy, which makes it nice. It means that not just anybody can use the privy, although if I was hiking through here as a hiker, might be a little disheartened.
Got these little mouse, maybe mole tracks going into a little hidey hole there. Lots of little guys in there, I think. Doing a little bit of snowshoeing. Everybody else is back at the cabin. There's the dogs. They wanted to come with me. It's cold. Not sure exactly the temperature. Say it's got to be in the teens though, or lower, but there's a wind. But it's pretty. And there's this burn area that I wanted to kind of do a little bit of exploring and see if we come across anything interesting. And the dogs, of course, they're always game to go wherever. So we got ham and zucchini and potatoes and onions.
And dogs getting into the food.
I told you this cabin loses a star because it has too many dogs.
Very proud of all of you. You've done very well.
Here's Mr. B, hard at work sweeping. And then here's Emma, hard at work observing. And Finn and Simba, they had to sit, and that was very hard. And pay attention, which is even harder. What do you think, Bradley?
I think Finn is going to need a lot more obedience training. So this is the inside of the Anna Michener cabin. There's a big common room with a wood stove on one side and a fireplace on the other. It took us 12 hours to get this cabin warm to about 65 degrees. So keep in mind when you get here, if the cabin's cold, you need to have both fires going for a while. There are 2 rooms. This is bunk room number 1. You got enough sleeping space for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'd say 6, maybe more if you had kids. There's a door to exit from this bunk room, and they have sleeping pads here. So they're kept in these wiry cage things. And if you come to the other side of the fireplace, there is this bunk room. So this has a little more sleeping space because you don't have the sleeping pads. This is a very long, this is where my husband and I slept. Him at one end, me at the other. Our dog's somewhere in the middle. There's a little bunk on top of that. And then you've got 1, 2, 3 bunks here, and then 1, 2 bunks there. So we covered the doors of both bunk rooms with the wool blankets in these hope chests because it's very drafty. It has very high ceilings. But we enjoyed our time here. It comes equipped with pots, pans, silverware. You usually are required to leave 1 night's firewood for the next occupants. And then after that, if you're here and you've gone through that firewood, it's up to you to take care of the rest of the firewood. So, yeah, everything you need for a good stay here. I will say that it's dark in here. There are candles, and we bought more candles, but if you don't like dark spaces, you should bring your own light of some sort, a lantern or Lucy lights or something, because it is dark. We usually had our headlamps on all the time when we were in here. So